Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news. In a recent episode of the Believe You Me podcast, Anthony Smith and Michael Bisping discussed the early defeat of Alexander Gustafsson at UFC London and whether or not he has the heart to continue in the octagon. Here's the clip.
Man, it's sad. It's so sad. You know, like I don't know. He just doesn't look the same. You know, I know DC's saying it's a chin issue. He didn't start the same. His movement isn't the same. He just doesn't look like he wants to be there. I do agree with DC that everyone has their expiration date.
What do you guys think about Smith's comments? Has Gustafsson reached his expiration date? Anthony Pettis recently let it be known that he doesn't consider Khabib as the greatest lightweight champion of all time. Speaking to Low Kick MMA about the GOAT of the lightweight division, Pettis had this to say. You know, I moved down to 45, I fought at 70, I fought all over the place. It's hard to say Khabib because he didn't fight everybody. He won the world title against Al Iaquinta. Al Iaquinta wasn't even ranked at the time, so you know. And then he fought some good guys after that and then he retired. So it's hard to say that he's the GOAT. He's definitely one of the best, but like guys like BJ Penn, you know, like that's a guy for me that if he wouldn't have came back and lost a couple of fights, we would all be talking about BJ Penn as the GOAT, you know, one of the first. What do you guys think about Pettis' comments? Do you think Khabib is the greatest fighter in UFC lightweight history? Brandon Moreno once again became flyweight champion this past Saturday at UFC 277, and he had this to say about his UFC interim flyweight title victory over Kai Kara-France.
He tried to be a little bit more smart in the fight. He had a really good game plan because he was trying to do the counter after my jab with the light kick. I mean, my last fight against Davison, that works a lot for him. So I knew he would try to do something like very similar. But I mean, I think I fixed that mistake too. I mean, he could make a few ones, good ones, but I never make a really huge difference. He definitely still punching really hard with the right, and but I don't know, man. At the end, I knew I was better. I mean, I try to be very respectful for him. I'm done with the bad feelings. I'm done with the hate. I'm done with that. I don't want that in my life. So, but I mean, definitely I want to fight against him, right? So I'll be ready before the end of the year. I mean, December for me was perfect. I mean, in some interviews he said he will be ready for December, so that's why I say December. But the problem he wanna go to Brazil. It's fine for me. I don't care. But I mean, normally UFC make that event, the last pay-per-view, for example, in Vegas. So I don't know. Let's see in the future. But I'll be ready. It's just the cut. It's just my feet. But
Valentina Shevchenko took to Twitter after the women's bantamweight main event at UFC 277 to accuse Amanda Nunes of stealing her stand-up game. Shevchenko tweeted, "Looks like Amanda decided to fully copy my stand-up game. Great fight, both ladies. Hashtag UFC 277. Amanda Nunes responded to these claims at the UFC 277 post-fight press conference and shared her thoughts on a potential third fight with Shevchenko.
Suggested a trilogy with Valentina, and he said he liked that idea. So what do you think about running back with her again?
Yeah, good. You know, so she's a champion too. That would be awesome.
I don't know if you saw her tweet or not, but she did say that you essentially stole her whole style in the stand-up game tonight. So
that's funny. She have to put out there something to stand out. Because right now, as a champion, Valentina, she lost her last fight, you know. So I really think if Tyler don't got those headbutt, that fight could be way different.
What do you guys think about a third fight between Nunes and Shevchenko? Let us know in the comment section below. Recent footage of Darren Till helping Khamzat prepare for his upcoming bout against Nate Diaz has been posted to social media. Here's the clip.
Come on, yes. Come on, face. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Move up. Let's go. Come here. Come here. Six. Come here. Come here. Come on. Let's go. Down. Let's go. Stop playing. Let's go. Fight. Again. Two more. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Nice. Hey, Carl. Let's go. Let's go.
In a recent interview, Belal Muhammad recently spoke about Khamzat Chimaev ducking him due to the Diaz fight being an easier route to a title shot for Chimaev.
Khamzat ducked. I mean, it's one of those things, man. Obviously, you're going to take the easier path to the title if you can. So if you can go through a Nate Diaz instead of having to go through me, it's understandable. But like I said, these guys at the top, they're all going to have to see me pretty soon. You can only duck for so long. Me versus Khamzat next. I think that, I think the UFC they're trying to push him. If he wins this fight, they're definitely going to probably, if Usman wins and Leon doesn't win, and there's no rematch there, I think it's going to be Usman against Khamzat. I think they're going to try to push that one hard. Obviously, that's the one they wanted. If they're trying to give Khamzat Nate Diaz, I think they're trying to give him a couple more fans, beating a big name like Nate Diaz, and then go from there to give him the title shot. Am I from Chicago? Yeah, I'm in Chicago right now. Who I got, Nate or Khamzat? I mean, Nate doesn't do well against wrestlers. Bigger guys. Nate's really a 155-pounder. Khamzat's really a 185-pounder. Stylistically, he's not a good matchup for Nate, but the Diaz brothers are tough, man. If he ends up, if Khamzat comes out going crazy and nuts, trying to hurt him again, gets, over-gassed out or over-anxious, who knows? He gets tired in the 4th and 5th round.
What do you guys think about Belal's comments? Do you think Khamzat was taking the easier route? Dana White had this to say in a recent interview about the Derrick Lewis stoppage before giving his thoughts on the recent cancellation of the Jake Paul fight. Dana had this to say.
What did you think of the Derrick Lewis stoppage? Did you think it was too soon?
I think it was too soon. But to be fair, Murgliata's a great ref. The way that he fell, probably 9 out of 10 of the people in this room would have jumped on him and stopped the fight, so, including me.
Last one from me. You have a saying that you put on fights every weekend. I don't know if you saw the news, but apparently not everyone can do that. The Jake Paul fight ended up being cancelled a week out from the bout. I wondered if you had any thoughts on it, and I know how much you love being asked about it.
Nobody can do that. Nobody can do it. And, I'm not going to sit up here and be happy or gloat that their fight fell out. I mean, both those guys, I'm sure, put in a lot of hard work and a lot of training to get ready for this fight, spent money to get ready for this fight. But I will say this, just because you are an accountant here doesn't mean you know what goes on here and doesn't mean that you can run a fight promotion company. I think that Jake Paul probably needs to get some different people around him. If he's going to stay in the sport, he needs to be with guys that actually really know how to put on fights.
Conor McGregor recently posted an audio file to Twitter giving his breakdown of the UFC 277 main event between Juliana Pena and Amanda Nunes. Conor compared the fight with his 2 bouts with Nate Diaz. Here's what McGregor had to say.
It's mad to me, the similarity of last night's ladies bantamweight world title fight rematch to mine and Diaz. The McGregor-Diaz fight. Fight number 1, the highly touted, the goat of the sport. Me, Amanda Nunes. Just sheer toughness, willingness to fight, and caught off guard. Eats a couple of shots, gives a couple of shots, then eats a couple of shots, then the tide turns, then gets choked. Now the return, the rematch. Confidence on the other side, tenacity, toughness, all that's still there. More focused work on on Amanda Nunes' side, my side. And even at the end of the first, the reason I'm even saying this originally is because I'm neither side. I'm a fan of both women. I'm a huge fan of both those women, Amanda Nunes and Juliana Pena, and everyone that steps inside the octagon, to be honest, and makes the walk. But at the end of the original bout, I'm not surprised. And then again, I'm not surprised because Juliana says it. And then goes the exact same way in the second fight. Drop multiple times. Just better prepared, cracks the shots, gets the drop multiple times, but then the toughness just still there. It's still in Amanda's face, still in my face. Some fights they're iconic mixed martial arts bouts.
What do you guys think about McGregor's comments? Any similarities between the two fights? Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, please like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.